T minus 1 minute. T minus 50 seconds. T minus 40 seconds. T minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
What up, what up, what up? We are live. Welcome to the King and Me Show. I am one half of the King and Me King.
Hey y'all, it's me, Michelle. How y'all doing?
Hey, let us know how our audio is sounding. We had a little bit of technical difficulties before going live today, but you know what? We're here. We're making this thing work out, and we're enjoying this Monday like we usually come live here. It's November the 20th, 2023, and Michelle and I just got out of a couple of days in the cabins, which we're going to showcase a little bit of that and just kind of talk about getting out in general, enjoying the simple things in life, and I don't know, kind of share some thoughts and things that happened throughout the weekend and stuff that we're just kind of looking forward to. How does that sound, Michelle?
That sounds pretty good. Can we get started with giving a shout out to those who have popped in and are joining us?
Okay, let's see. We've got a couple of people in the building. What up to Tarika, one of the best minds in the land? Shout
What up?
out to
What
you.
up?
We got Free T in the building. We said it right this time.
This time we got it. Yes.
We said it right this time. Salute to you as well. And shout out to the real Precious. Our audio is sounding good. Precious is in the building. And Precious and I are not going live tonight.
What? I miss. Well, first of all, I miss you too, Precious. How are you, sis? Wait, what you on me? Me.
I mean, stuff be happening.
Oh, it is Thanksgiving weekend. There's like a lot on everyone's plate.
There is a lot on everyone's plate. And you and I are going to talk about that a little bit as well, as we had a change in plans this weekend for some unfortunate circumstances. But we'll get into that a little bit later on.
I bet.
Let me acknowledge if there's anybody over on Facebook, and then we will keep this thing rocking.
Let's get this party started, y'all.
All right, looking over on Facebook, we have nobody to acknowledge over there. So let's get into the let's get deep.
Camera. Well, I'll pull the card. Can you just pull the camera down? Just
Pull the camera down a little bit.
pull it
Is that a little bit?
down. One more little bit. That's too much. No, wait. That's a good little bit. All right, bet. So here we go. Let's go ahead and get started. This is just the first question. Don't hate the messenger. It says extrovert or introvert.
I believe, because
I
I've
can
taken all of
fly.
these
I
different Myers
believe I
Briggs
can
tests and
touch.
stuff,
Go ahead.
that I'm an extrovert.
Okay.
What about you?
I am the true definition of an indecisive person. I am an extroverted introvert.
I don't know what that means.
What that means is that at certain times I can go out in public and have all of the energy in the world. I have everything that I need to be a teacher by day, presenter by evening. Ooh, by the way, that's something I need to talk to you about. And do like all the things. But in reality, I am an introvert. So an introvert means that you are someone who, when you recharge your social battery, charge it on your own, like on your own time being alone.
But
Whereas
isn't that everybody?
no, some people get recharged and energized by other people. That ain't me.
Okay.
Other people don't phase me and come into how I recharge my battery.
All
It's
right.
straight up me alone time.
Bet.
All right, bet. So deep, deep, deep. Describe what you think the future will look like in 50 years.
50 years. So in 50 years, I will be 88. It is my desire.
You'll be how old?
50 plus 38 is 88.
How old are you?
I'm 39. I am 39. Hold on, I'm not in the shot now. Yeah, I'm 39. So I'll
And
be
fine.
39 and fine. Thank you, baby. I'll be 89. It is my desire to be healthy, but I understand that a lot of that stuff starts now. Like I have to have a
Hmm.
good foundation now in order to make that. I've heard somebody say that everybody has 4 quarters in life. Y'all know I played sports. And the first quarter, so this is not my thing. It is Dennis Sperling, who's a YouTube content creator. He talks about the quarters that people have. First quarter is 0 to 20. Second quarter is 20 to
40.
40, I believe. Third
Hmm.
quarter is 40 to 60. Last quarter is 60 to 80. And if you live past 80, you're essentially in overtime.
I was just about to ask if that was overtime. All right, bet.
Yep, yep. So it is my desire to make it to that fourth quarter. And look, if I make it to 80, I'm good. I'm good in life. I will have accomplished a lot, hopefully by that time. So I think it'll look fantastic. I think I'll be able to close my eyes and lay down at night and be like, if I don't wake up tomorrow, I'm all right. That was grim a little bit.
I love you.
Okay.
It said, what do you think the future will
Oh, not my future.
No, not your specific future. The future.
Okay. I think that the future will have flying cars.
It better, because you know what? The Jetsons had me all the way set up for 2020 having some flying cars, and we ain't got none there, not a flying car yet. And I'm real big mad. Like everything else on the Jetsons and the Simpsons has come true, except where is my flying car?
We need the flying cars ASAPidly.
ASAPidly, like this is getting a little bit ridiculous at this point. Okay. What do I think the future will look like in 50 years? As a business teacher, I am saying that in 50 years, I see the future having less human to human interaction.
I was actually going to add something about that.
So we're already at the place where like VR is everything. I believe that in 50 years, we'll have less human to human interaction. We're going to see a whole bunch of everything you do is with a computer. And I want to say, especially since this is a dating channel, that dating in 50 years will be more automatic, meaning like not human driven. It will be more on auto mode than we currently see. And we will see an abundance of people not even wanting to be together to procreate or for sexual relations. Like it will literally all that sexual relations, all that other stuff, it will literally happen in VR.
Right after I said my first thing, I was like, "Oh, actually, what I would have changed once I realized what the question was that what I would have changed was that I think that we're gonna see the family dynamic look different,
Mhm.
and it'll probably. I think in 20 years the laws are gonna catch up and change a little bit.
What laws? Whose laws?
Our laws here.
These laws are slower than molasses going through the Sahara Desert. They ain't finna catch up with nothing.
Now, I want to talk about what Precious said. Precious said that she hopes that the cars don't fall out of the sky. You know what? She has a point because at the rate that people can't drive with cars on the ground, cars falling out of the sky might be a thing.
Did you, speaking of cars in the sky and everything like that, did you hear about what happened to SpaceX? They went to launch something and for all intents and purposes, it was successful, but then it exploded and they're on their way to try to like put life on one of them M's. Is it Mercury or Mars? I don't know. I ain't paid that much attention to CNN 10 apparently. But they're trying to do all the things and like it blew. I shouldn't have listened to the news, should I?
I really don't suggest. You know what? No, you should keep up with what's going on.
It's not that, but I should pay all the way attention, right?
Yes. What's the next
That's
question?
okay. See, ADHD. What is what's the story of the first time you got drunk? And statute of limitations has passed, so we can clearly both talk about this and not face any criminal laws. But what is the story of the first time you got drunk?
First time I got drunk, and my mom listens to this, so it is what it is. Mom, close your ears. She might, you know what? She might be at bingo. We might be good. It was my high school graduation night. Like I had alcohol prior to my high school graduation night, but on my high school graduation night, I got blitzed. I am 90% certain that I had alcohol poisoning, but I ended up waking up in between two of my friends. They know who they are. Shout out to y'all. And my clothes was somewhere. Where? No idea. No idea. I eventually found them. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. I eventually found them. Knowing me, I probably got hot because y'all, like, I be hot
You run
all
hot
the time.
naturally.
Like, I
Yeah.
run hot. But I ended up finally getting home and was in the bed for like the next couple of days. I ended up going to somebody else's graduation still, but oh wait, did I make the grad? Too much time has passed by. I don't remember if I made the next graduation that I was supposed to be going to or not. But I was blitzed, and I told myself, "Oh, I'm never gonna have that much alcohol again." I lied to my mom and told her that maybe somebody put something in my drink,
Mm-mm-mm.
but I think she knew. I'm pretty sure I came home smelling like alcohol, even though like I had rested and slept in between, and then came home. It was bad.
Now, see, unlike you, I was a good college freshman when I got that tore down drunk, okay? I was in the confines of the dorms at a university in Maryland that shall remain nameless. And I went out, got someone to procure the alcohol for me, and we had a straight up party in our dorm. And pretty much every one of my first alcoholic experiences, yes, I consider them all of my first, all happened in that very dorm room off of some cheap pop off vodka because we bought all the way bottom shelf because it was the cheapest and it got us tore down the best. To this day, I can barely look at water without reliving some of those experiences from freshman year of college. But it is what it is. Party hard.
Party hard. Now there's no way that I can drink to the level of what I did in my 20s. And the real pressure said the same thing prior to that comment. She said that two is like her limit now. And I've kind of gotten that way too. Like I don't drink really that much. And if I do, it's a oh, I'll have something with dinner and then that's it. And then I might not have something else for another couple of days or whatever. So
Now, I will say this, when I did drink, when I was younger and in college, I was heavier. So I had a better tolerance. When I started losing weight, my tolerance went all the way out the window. So I couldn't handle the consumption of alcohol that I once did when I was in college. But now I don't drink at all. So that's just my tolerance is all the way gone.
let's stay on this for a little bit. When you and I met, one of the things you that I was aware of because of your social media was that you are sober. You are living in sobriety. Is that how you say that?
I guess that's a good way to put it. Yeah.
What brought that on?
What brought that on? Let's see. Is my dad watching? I don't know, but it doesn't matter. There are substance use issues in my family. I'm not going to pin it to any one particular substance or any one particular person. I'm just going to say that there are substance issues mixed with mental health issues in my family. And I personally got to the point where I knew that my alcohol consumption was too much. One of the things that they say, I studied mental health first aid and things along that line. One of the things that they say is that if you need to have a drink, then that's a problem.
Hmm.
if you need to have a drink after any particular event, like, ooh, something is happy in my life, I'm happy, I need to have a drink, or anything like that, or if you can down any significant amount of alcohol on your own, then you have a problem. And I was seeing those signs and I said, I didn't want to spend my life dependent on alcohol for any reason, or excuse me, dependent on any substance whatsoever. So I made the conscious decision, I think it was early 2017, to step away from alcohol altogether. And I have been sober ever since.
Okay. When we met, I I knew that wasn't going to be an issue, but it I still laugh to this day because I didn't know if that was like a struggle thing for you or not. So when you and I first went out on dates, I didn't even want to drink with you because I was like, man, if somebody goes through that type of a thing to keep from drinking, they must be struggling. So I was like, let me not even drink around her. And you had assured me, you're like, hey, look, if you want something to drink, it's not like me smelling alcohol is going to like trigger me into needing to have a sip or whatever. But I was so tiptoeing around it because I just didn't know.
No, I distinctly remember that first time we went out on our outing that I wanted to treat us to dinner at Busboys and Poets, and you wanted an alcoholic drink, but you barely wanted me to be able to pay for that drink.
Yeah,
Like,
because
you
I'm
were
like,
adamant about paying for it
yeah.
on your own, and I'm like, that is the most ridiculous thing that I've ever heard of. If you
Because
don't give me that whole check,
but if you're living in sobriety, you can't be paying for
how
other
does
people's
how does
alcohol.
paying for something that you were putting down your throat impacting me and my sobriety, sir?
It could be a slippery slope, ma'am.
You love me.
Sometimes. That's an inside
That's an
joke.
inside joke, y'all. We good. We good.
So, okay. All right. I'm glad we talked about that and
Yes.
brought that up.
Yes.
Now, we're going to get into this video real quick and then come back and show y'all what we got into over this past weekend. This is an Instagram reel off of Michelle's page, God Happened to Me. Take a look.
This weekend, King and I traveled to Boulder Crest, where we were able to rest and retreat. Take a look at this facility. It was created and designed for combat veterans to be able to find a place of reprieve and retreat and heal from all of the hurts that they encountered while serving this country. This was a basket that was waiting for us with all of these wonderful goodies on the inside. Y'all take a look. The hat, all this stuff. We absolutely loved it. Thank you so much. Just the decorations and the intentionality of everything in this facility makes it a place where you can truly heal. And if nothing inside works, look outside. Look at this amazing view. It was late and I'd had a long week, but it was great to come in and, I was knocked out. Let's try this again. So here's Saturday, where our real adventures began. We went over to Shenandoah National Park and took a look at Skyline Drive, which was absolutely amazing. We traveled for 31 miles and saw over 4 overlooks that were amazing. Look at this view. Look at this couple. Cute. And then we went down to Luray Caverns and we were able to go inside, and I took some pictures of the caverns that we saw in there. Y'all, global warming is real because it was not cold down there like it should be. Look at this Dream Lake picture. I love it. The photographer in me was ecstatic to take that picture. And then we took a picture of this organ and listened to the music that it played. Absolutely amazing, beautiful experience. And then we headed over to the wishing well and, made a wish. All before going over to dinner at the Chop House Bistro. We came back to play games, and while King won Jenga, I beat him in Uno. And now on to Sunday. Sunday was just a beautiful day of relaxation, starting with breakfast for King. Zoom in on that breakfast. I made him some stuff, just, making sure he was happy, and just a little vegan option for me. And then we relaxed with NCIS Sydney, and King really relaxed. Look at that nap. We went to go look at some horses. One tried to run away, but hey, we were able to get him back where he belongs. And then there's us. Thank you so much, Boulder Crest, for this amazing experience. Thank you to all who served. Thank you, heroes.
All right. So that was a quick recap, but there was some stuff that came up in there day by day that I definitely want to hit on.
All right, go ahead. Go.
So let's start with Friday.
Mm-hmm.
On Friday, right before we left, we stopped at the base here to catch a turkey bowl between two Army teams. Shout out to Fort Detrick and the Army folks out there. And I had played flag football with some of the people on the team.
On the winning team.
On the winning team. Yes.
That's a big thing because
that is
they
vital.
demolished the other team.
Demolished the other
50
team.
to 12. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I digress.
And my ex-wife had told me about the game. I had forgotten about it until she mentioned it. And I was like, oh, yeah, that is around that time. But you and I know somebody who we met through the football team, and you're friends with the wife that would show up to support her husband. So I had asked if you could text her to see like how much time and what the score was and all of that stuff. So that wasn't on our agenda to originally stop there, but we did. So when we got there, I saw my homeboy Joe. Shout out to Joe Nieves. And Joe and Michelle had never met at that point. So when we got up, Joe came up to me. You saw your friend Vanessa, and you walked over to go talk to her. And then as Joe and I were talking, Joe said, hey, man, I hadn't met Michelle before. And I said, oh, yeah, that's right. Because I talk to Joe all the time. I see him all the time. Michelle has met CQ, who me, Joe, CQ, we're all pretty tight. We do
everything
content together on other platforms. We game together. Some of us work together. So I brought Joe over to introduce you and him, and this fool goes, you've made him a better man. And we laugh because
it's true.
everybody says that. And I always say I was a better man before we met. Wait, a good man. I was somebody.
You were a man. Yes.
Yeah. I was somebody. All right. And whether she was in my life or not, I always say I'm still gonna be good. That's just how, but that's how I feel though.
That's
how I
joke
feel.
is, but you can be better with.
Okay.
That's the joke. There you go.
I was a man, Damon. A real man.
So we were hanging. You introduced me to Joe. Vanessa was like turned and watching the game, and then up came your ex-wife, Cassie. Absolutely love her. Shout out to her. I don't know if you're watching right now or if you're getting ready for this week, but hey, sis. So she came up and we're talking, going over the game. She's asking me how I'm there. I'm like, I ditched them kids at school, and we're here enjoying the sunshine. When she walked off because they were about to go take pictures, I turned to Vanessa and I said, so that's King's ex-wife. And she was like, that's so cool that y'all get along like that. And I'm like, I am blessed. Okay? I am blessed. Truly, truly blessed. And that is all God, not me. All God, not me.
I've always made the joke too. Like me and my ex-wife, I don't have any animosity towards her. There were some times right after our divorce where I was like, if we don't speak, I'm cool. If we don't have anything, if it doesn't involve our daughter, I don't care. And that was me going through the change process because I had to grieve my divorce. I had to get over that, right? So once I got past that, I'm like, look, I don't harbor any ill will. And I always say the joke, but you know what? I'm just going to say it publicly. Besides the first guy that she got with after our divorce, I said if anybody that she chooses to be with when she goes forward or whatever, I can shake that person's hand. We could go have a beer, chat it up, talk football, whatever. Like, I'm not going to harbor ill will towards anybody that she chooses to be with. After we ain't together no more, so I don't care. There was a reason why I didn't care about the first guy, but this because some dots, my phone done. There was some dots that wasn't connecting for me, and I'm just like, So that murkiness to me had me assume a lot of different bad things. But I said, hey, I'll go have a beer. We could, chop it up about sports, whatever, in the future. But I'm glad that I ain't gonna say I'm glad. It would have been difficult to maintain and have a relationship if y'all didn't have to be friends. Like that's the thing. I didn't care whether y'all liked each other or not. For me, it's just respect between people because I would not want her disrespecting you for any reason, right? Because who knows? People can get in their feelings, and one of the common things that I've seen, not with Cassie, but just other relationships in general, is somebody coming in, and then since me and Cassie share a child together, now, oh, here's somebody else that is around my child. I don't know who that person is. They're new to me. What are they like? Oh, I'm going to be a B word towards that person because I don't like them being around my kid. Not necessarily around me, but around, like, that's just an example of why I've seen that type of stuff not work out. But I also say that I wouldn't be with somebody who was like that. Meaning, if you had the capacity to be a B word yourself, that's not the type of energy that I want around me. When people meet you, they say, "Man, I really like Michelle. You give off that vibe." So
It's because I'm an extroverted introvert. You can't tell that I'm like sincerely wishing and praying for that nap, but nah.
So just like the real precious said, respect to me is essential. And I used to say this all the time to you. I don't care about your love. I more care about the respect. And to me, like that's the big thing. So respect overall in general. But look, everybody um are nice with each other, cordial with each other. There's respect between all parties involved, and I'm thankful for that.
Same, same. I'm very, very grateful for that.
So after we see everybody on Friday,
Yep.
we take our about an hour drive. No, because we stopped someplace first.
We did, but that was the hour drive because of the backup that's happening right
Yeah.
now with the rebuilding. Like, please hurry up. Because of all of that happening, it did take us an hour to get down there. We went and we grabbed some vegan sushi. Yes, it's a whole thing. We went down to Concina Plantosaurus in where are they? Charleston,
Crosstown.
Charlestown, West Virginia. We went down there, grabbed some food, ate a little bit, and then we got on the road to go the additional 15 minutes to our destination that you saw in the video, which is called Boulder Crest Foundation. It's located in Bluemont, Virginia. It's a beautiful nonprofit organization. Like, let's start there. They have two locations. They have one location in Virginia and one in Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
And if you go to their website, they have a lot of, how do I put it? They have a lot of
Programs.
programs and a lot of, I'll say this respectfully, veteranese that you may not be able to understand. But the short of it is, this is a facility that was created for people who have served our country in combat at some point in their lives. This is a place for them to be able to come and retreat and heal, like literally and physically. So they offer a lot of different things that help restore you from inside out. And they have four cabins located there, and we were able to secure one of the cabins and pull up, and it's immediately a feeling of tranquility that hits you as soon as you pull on their 37-acre lot. You drive up, and we kind of got there literally right before the sun was setting because this whole daylight savings time, but that's a different tangent for a different day. We pulled up right as the sun was getting ready to set, and that's where you saw that opening view. Looked at again, like you all can check out the video later. It's on my my Instagram page and it's on my Facebook account. and it's on my YouTube account. But if you go check out the video, you walk into the cabin. It's a beautiful 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom cabin house with amazing views, all the amenities you could ever possibly imagine. And it's yours for that 2 to 7 day period, whatever you opt to have it for, fully stocked with everything appliance wise and device wise
Mm-hmm.
that you need. You just have to bring your own food. And it's a place where you can just come and just be and just, and even for someone like me who's straight up city girl, like,
Oh, we're gonna talk about that too.
we ain't gotta talk about that though. We ain't gotta. We ain't gotta. But even for someone like me who's straight up city girl, I can appreciate the beauty of everything that I saw and just being able to step into that place. Yes, we had cell phone reception, but our phones were on D&D.
Yep.
We retreated. We posted content that said, "We gone," like, don't at me. That way we could have our time to just bond and to just be. So Friday was beautiful. Came in, relaxed, enjoyed everything. Had a chance to unwind and just kind of decompress from everything that had been going on in our work week. I think for me it had been a 5 day work week, and for you it had been a 4 day work week. But it was still a long week because I don't know if you have kids or if you have ever been near a school system. But let me tell y'all, the week before a break, not the week of break, but the week before a break is, yeah, it's straight he double hockey stuff. Let's just put it that way.
All right.
It's not a pleasant place to be, but it flowed. Everything flowed. Yes, this weekend.
So we get to Saturday. We started out Saturday. We didn't really have like plans per se, but there was something that I knew that I wanted to do, and one of those was take a ride in the Shenandoah National Park area through Skyline Drive, which was dope. By the way, it's $30 to
Well,
get
it was
through that
15 per
Joker.
person. I mean, technically, we got 5 more days where we could go and not
True.
have to pay again.
Yeah. And we took a ride on Skyline Drive, and just like how it sounds, you're driving along the the crust of a mountain. I don't know if that's the right
Oh.
word, but like you
I'm
can
from the
see
city.
a skyline, and it goes a long way.
31 miles.
No, it's longer than the
Oh,
31
it was longer
miles.
than
Yeah,
31
you
miles?
can keep going on that bad boy, like all
Oh.
through the Shenandoah National Forest area.
Oh, wow.
That's
Okay.
why it's like, I don't want to say expensive, but yeah, yeah, it goes. So we only saw like a portion of it,
Oh, okay.
and the views were beautiful. We then went to the Luray Caverns,
Hmm?
which, for it to be almost December and underground, those caverns were like 60 degrees, it seemed.
Yeah, I told Paige, and like as she was watching the video, she was like, "It wasn't cold." I was like, "No, honey. I had on a jacket, I had on a coat, and I had on a hoodie. Had to carry the coat around. Had to end up taking the hoodie off and literally walking around in my sports bra because it was hot and I was sweating,
Mm-hmm.
fully dressed like that. So no, caverns are supposed to be cold. The last time I went to a cavern, basically probably 5 years ago, it was cold. That wasn't cold. Global warming is real. I digress.
So we get back to the cabin, y'all, and this is the part that I'm even hesitant to even talk about.
What you talking about, Uno?
Yes. So in the past, Michelle and I played Uno, and I spanked her behind several times.
First of all,
Several times.
exaggeration.
Several times.
Exaggeration.
We played about
15 games that first night.
no combined about 25.
15 plus.
What we do,
What was that?
10?
No, we did 9, so 24 games total.
I might have won 6 of those games.
No, you won 5 the first night and then 4 the next night. So you won a
So,
total of 9.
9 out of 29. I don't know. You know what? You were cheating. I don't
I
know
was
how.
not cheating.
I don't know how.
How was I cheating? First of all, y'all, this is me as a loving girlfriend, okay? Loving girlfriend. I was going easy on King. I wasn't, at first, listen. I was going easy on King at first. I was not spanking his butt like I would do my students. I was not going hard. There were moments where I was holding cards in my hand where I'm like, oh yeah, I could demolish him. But you know what? I'm just going to pluck. But then probably around my sixth win, King was like, "Don't go easy on me," and I was like, "Don't go easy on you." He was like, "No, because I'd rather you not play if you're gonna go easy on me." And I was like, "Okay." And then Baltimore came out. I don't know what to tell you. I played Uno every single day at lunch my senior year because I never missed school senior year, freshman year, yeah. But senior year,
Well, how
I
do you
never.
explain them early Uno games while I was spanking your butt then?
That was just a look at the draw. I don't know what to tell you.
Hmm. But she gave it to me. And yes, you're right. Like, if you're gonna go easy on me, I'd rather not play if you're gonna go easy on me. So that was one of the things that I had communicated to her. I'm like, look, don't like, serve it up soft. Like, go ahead and just, go boom. And hey, if you demolish me, it is what it is. I respect that more than, oh, I'm gonna take it easy because he's my man. Because I'm not doing that with you.
Oh, trust me, I know. I played Monopoly with you and your daughter.
Yeah, I am not doing that with you.
Sidebar, note
So
to self, never, ever play Monopoly with him or his daughter, okay? Just save yourself the embarrassment. If you go to sit down and do it, you start with $1,500 cash. Go ahead and give all the money to his daughter and give all the properties back to the bank because that's exactly how the game is going to end 2 hours later. She going to have all the money and the bank going to have the properties back. I'm just, save yourself some time.
now this brings up a good question. So I asked for the competitiveness because I like the competitiveness. Done
Yeah.
friendly and respectfully, I don't see nothing wrong with it. We often hear people saying, "Oh, I don't want to embarrass my significant other," and things like that. I didn't view that as embarrassing, and it was, it was just you and me. But even if there were people around, would you have taken it easy, or would you have played to win?
Put it this way. Remember when it was the three of us playing, me, you, and Cass, when we were playing Uno like a year ago?
Mm-hmm.
That was me playing to win. I didn't care. I will play to win. I'm just not going to be embarrassing with it.
And see, that's perfect to me. Play to win, absolutely. Yes, you ain't gotta spank your behind.
I won't be embarrassing with it against you. Whoever else is there. Oh, so hold on. Let me have like my final three cards in my hand. So imagine that I'm holding a draw four. Cause first of all, we play pile up. So imagine that I'm holding a draw four and a red two in my hand, and we're playing, and someone is whatever, and I put the red two down. So I say Uno, and all I have left in my hand is that draw four, and we're able to get out on words. By the time it comes back around, if you're not the person after me, I'm gonna be like, bam, there you go. That's on you. Sorry, babe. Not really. That type of thing. Like, I will be petty with it, but not against you. Petty against whomever else we're playing.
Okay. I'm gonna have to do some adjusting. I think there's gonna be double audio when you're speaking, but that's fine. That's fine. We can we can fix that.
Minor things.
Minor things. Minor things. All right. So then we get through Jenga. Jenga was Jenga. We only
Oh no,
played
Jenga was Sunday.
Jenga was Sunday.
Mm-hmm. Wait.
I don't remember if Jenga was
No,
Saturday or
Jenga
Sunday.
was Saturday. You're right. Jenga was Saturday. We played Uno twice. We played Uno. We did the 15 games on Friday,
Hmm?
and then we did
And
9 games on Saturday.
On Saturday.
Yeah.
Yep. Because Sunday was more about relaxing, watching football.
Yeah.
You had some writing to things like that, and then we were prepping to come back. We'll get into Sunday a little. So Saturday was just us spending time together. We're gonna leave it at that. So Sunday, Sunday comes through, but actually, before I do that, there was some comments in there. The real Precious said that she got her butt spanked in basketball and that one last month. Shout out to you for playing over the age of 30. Last time I played basketball, I went up and down the court 3 times and said, I'm done moving for the day.
The last time I played basketball, Rosa Parks was still alive.
I wasn't expecting that one. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have laughed.
We ain't had no black president. I think Nah, Clarence Thomas was still like the only other person of color on the Supreme Court. Like that's how long it's been since I last played. Clearly, we're talking about over. You know what? In all sincerity, I think both towers were still standing when I last played basketball.
Hmm. Interesting. The other comment that I saw in there, Pete still trying to marry us off.
First of all, it ain't just Pete.
Why is everybody trying to stop trying to marry us off?
Because Tarika has a long time ago, she said,
Oh.
"When are King and Queen getting married?"
Like
No,
Tarika.
when is King marrying his something like that? Yeah.
Hey, you wrote me some stuff on Instagram. I've seen it. I haven't had the time to respond, but I most certainly will, Tarika. Now, Sunday came around. Sunday, like we talked about a little bit, Sunday was a light day. It was a light day. Had some football on. I checked my fantasy football lineup. The real Precious said that she's gonna say a speech. Better be.
Look, okay, so let's talk about. Can we pause for just a second and just
Pause.
talk about this wedding that ain't nobody that's not happening, and apparently, if it does, it's going to be like the show to behold. So Precious is going to give a speech. Your daughter Castle wants a cake, so it's going to be a beautiful cake that's there.
Grooming and Reviews is supposed to be the
best.
caterer.
Yeah, he's the caterer and he's the best man. So he got double duty. So hopefully he has a really good sous chef or someone who can jump in and, take the reins while he's out doing his thing beside you. Never mind the fact that he and CQ are going to have to duke it out for that position, but that ain't my business. That's your problem. But he said he won't be the best man. So we got Grooming and Reviews who's going to be a best man. Now, Precious, you said speech. Was that a misspelling of the word singing a song? Like, I'm trying to figure out what happened here. Like, was that a typo? Oh, she bartends too.
Yes.
Damn.
So does my brother. Ooh, that's two bomb bartenders right there.
Man. I got a cousin who DJs.
All right. Well, hold on. So Free T has to do something.
Free T got to do something.
Hey, Tosh,
what you
up?
doing? What you gonna do at this?
What's your part in this?
How are you contributing? I'm just trying to figure out because we have to have a cake because Castle says she wants a cake.
Mm-hmm.
She needs a cake. And I want to know, how is Cassie contributing? Like, legitimately.
Yeah,
how is she contributing?
Because Cassie's trying to marry us off, too.
She is. So I'm just trying to figure out how she's going to contribute. What is she? Can she sing?
So Grooming and Review said, Precious, can you look up the clips? Or the King said that you'll never get married again. I'm telling y'all, I never said never. I said highly unlikely. And Taj said, I'm sitting here thinking now.
Look, I'm telling you, this is about to be the bomb shindig. Real talk. It's about to be the bomb. It's going to be the party of the century, if nothing else. So again, I'm sorry, Precious, you didn't clarify it. Was that a song or all you did was laugh? Not 100. Okay. We'll let her respond.
Now, the real deal is that I've said marriage makes my skin itch. And you've said what again?
The same thing.
Yeah,
I am terrified.
I thought it was skin crawl.
Terrified. No, I think I flat out said I am absolutely terrified. Because that's what I told my pastor. Absolutely terrified of marriage.
Yeah. Yep. Same here. So, all right, back to our regularly scheduled programming. Sunday came and went. We had somewhat of a small adventure in that there are horses on the property, and there's 3 of them, and they're locked up, padded up. Well, we were going to go back and pet the horses, as the horses are real friendly or whatnot. The property manager said that it was totally possible, just don't feed the horses.
Mm-hmm.
And as we go out there, we see a lady and like about 5 kids, and there's a horse like outside, like out of the fence that they were in. And my thoughts, I don't know what you were thinking, was that, oh, there's some people from the property that are doing something.
Exactly.
Maybe we can ask them if we can come up and pet the horse, but if we're disturbing some training or whatnot, we'll just keep it moving. So they're walking to us. We get out the car. We go up to them. They're thinking that we're from
the
facility.
Yeah.
And I was thinking the same thing about them. But no, it was another family that was there. They had saw the horse was out, and we're texting the facility manager people to figure out like what to do.
And
So
they reacted quickly because the
yes,
horse didn't have any reins on him or anything like that. They went into a building that just so happened to be open. They found some reins, put it on them, and they were walking him to the point that when we walked up on them, well, drove up on them, it looked like they worked there.
yes,
That's how quickly they responded. Shout out to Cabin 3. Y'all were the bomb.
and I didn't know that they had already knew where the horse had came from because I was like walking. I was like, well, where would this horse have came from? Like it was a big horse, so could it have jumped the fence? Was my first thought.
Honestly, that's where I went
So
to.
walked back, saw the fence was open. They had already knew that, and then we're just like, all right, we're just gonna put the horse back in the fence and then lock it. We had tried calling the program manager or the facility person that we had been in contact with. Found out later what happened, but put the horse back in. I took pictures and sent it to her, told her what happened. And then as we were driving out a little bit later on, we saw people wearing shirts for the Boulder Crest Foundation. Told them and they said thank you. So
What he's skipping, y'all, is
okay.
that horse's name was Danny Boy.
Danny boy.
And Danny Boy was pissed at you for locking that cage.
Yeah.
He wasn't
wanted
mad
to
at
be
me,
free.
but he was mad. Like, he kept turning around and legit kept turning around looking at King like,
And y'all,
he was mad.
he looks so sad 'cause he was like, man, I was free, roaming these streets, so to speak.
Eating grass and leaves that I know good and well I'm not supposed to be eating, and then here he come.
And here I come messing it all up. Shout out to Danny Boy. Like all three of the well, two of the three were very human friendly, and then the white horse, which I forgot all of their names, he didn't really want to be bothered
That
with
white horse
nobody.
was, he just kept neighing the whole time. Like, if you like, free Danny. That's legit all I kept hearing. Hashtag free Danny. And you know what? Maybe he was upset. Maybe he saw Danny Boy eating all that grass that he knew good and well he couldn't have, and he was
Ooh,
just like,
ooh, there you go. There you
give
go.
us free. Like, maybe he was just in his feelings, and that's why he didn't want to talk to us.
We ended up seeing another veteran. I won't say her name, but we ended up seeing another veteran while I was there. Somebody who I knew actually, and shout out to her. And hashtag free Danny. And it was good to see her and her family and her service dog and them taking the opportunity relax at that property as well. So shout out to Natalie and the donors and everybody from the Boulder Crest Foundation. That facility is amazing. Everything was like 5 stars. There was a handwritten letter from a kid to a veteran that I thought was really dope too. So from Michelle and I to everybody that makes that possible, donors, Boulder Crest Foundation, top to bottom, we want to say thank you. That was really amazing. I want to make sure that we spread that word.
Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. I will say that both of us, while we were there and when we returned, we made sure to tell other combat vets about this opportunity because, so you mentioned something while we were away, and I don't remember the details because things get lost. But one thing you said was that someone once said to you, and I paraphrase, it must be nice to be a vet and get all of those discounts.
Mm.
And the way, so,
Oh, yes, because I didn't mention it was free. I don't think that was ever said.
oh, no, no, no.
It was free.
Yeah.
Everything about the cabin experience, not the Skyline Drive and all of that stuff, that wasn't a part of it. But the cabin experience itself, the horses, everything that's on the property, all of that was free.
And I think about it because as a teacher, the one thing I remember hearing was if you have an appreciation week or a day that's for you, that means you don't get paid enough. That is the one thing I hear. Like, you don't hear
Like that.
you don't hear a doctor appreciation day. You don't hear an athlete appreciation day. When you hear an appreciation day or an appreciation week, it's because that profession doesn't get paid enough. So I look at it as it's not doing too much by offering a facility like Boulder Crest for veterans to have a place to breathe. Because as someone who has deals with mental health issues, and that's just off of, albeit my trauma was different, that's off of trauma that I experienced almost 30 years ago, that still triggers my mind, and that was right here inside, literally in this state. I
Mhm.
can only imagine what you all carry, and that was 2 years of my life. But I can only imagine what the veterans of this country, what you all carry from going out and serving, being deployed in those various countries, those combat zones for 1 year, 2 year, 3 years, 4 years, however many years. If I'm carrying trauma from 30 years ago, from something that was a 2 year experience of my life, I can only imagine what you all are carrying. So to be able to have a facility like that, where the entire goal and mission is to help you heal, and it literally says everywhere, healing heroes, healing heroes, heal. That's such a, I I don't have the words to describe it, and it's very rare that I'm speechless, but I don't have the words to describe the impact that something like that has. You all do deserve it. You all do something for this country that I will never be brave enough to do, that I will never have the courage, or really time, because I'm aging out, to be able to do it. But even if the age were there, even if the weight and agility were there, which they're not, even if all of that were there, it still takes something on the inside to be able to stand up and raise your hand and say that you will protect this country and everyone in it from all hurt, harm, and danger, foreign and domestic. And to meet that and to sign that on the dotted line, literally with your blood, that takes a lot to do it. So thank you, Boulder Crest, for offering that opportunity for veterans to heal. It's it's an amazing experience, and I'm grateful that I did get to share that with you. And I really do hate the rhetoric that, they get much, veterans get too much, or they gave a lot. They gave a lot. I am biased. Yes, I'm dating someone who is a vet. Yes, I have a grandfather who served in this country, and I think I had an uncle who served in this country. I have a little cousin who is in the Marines. Yes, I have that, but still, I'm just standing here like, what else can we do? Because y'all are going out and sacrificing. This is the land of the free because of the brave.
Hey, that was hot and very thoughtful. You know, I'm not good with words the way that you are.
I'm long winded. That's it.
But no, no, seriously, I want to say thank you. And to that person that said that, I didn't even get mad when they said it. I was like, you could have gone in and served too, right? And then they gave every excuse. Now, granted, I don't recommend military service for everybody. I don't. It can be a lot, depending on what you're trying to do personally in growth yourself, whether you do 4 years, 6 years, 10 years, 20 years. Okay. I know that the Real Precious, who has dipped, her brother, I think, is currently
Yeah, yeah,
serving
yeah.
now. You know what
Yes.
I'm saying?
He's overseas.
And he's overseas. Shout out to him. They look alike. Oh my goodness. Which is interesting. But um to say that about somebody, like I said, I didn't even get mad because I was like, that, and the person gave me nothing but like excuses, not really like a reason, just excuses that they did. So
Now I will say my dad. I don't know if he wanted to serve or if, like, because of his age and everything like that. Because he's 75, so I don't know if it's that he wanted to serve or kind of being forced to serve at the time. But he wasn't able to because he had tuberculosis, so he wasn't able to serve this like his dad was able to. So there's some people who have every desire to do it, but for some physical reason, because normally that's what it is, physical or mental reason, they're unable to move past their desire. But thank you to those who
now, before we close out,
are closing.
I think so, because besides what's going on this week,
Man,
we covered everything.
oh,
So
King's car, bless y'all keep his car in prayer. Just, lift it up because we are doing some traveling, okay?
So originally for Thanksgiving, we were going to be hanging around here essentially, but house hopping. Hey,
Literally.
who cooking food? I'm coming over to get a plate.
This is the 2 hour window that we all fitting to show up. Me, King, and Castle. This is the 2 hour window we fitting to show up at your house for a plate.
So for me, Thanksgiving isn't one that like I celebrate like that. But the thing that I enjoy about Thanksgiving is that I enjoy fellowshipping with family and friends. Fellowshipping typically means eating food, watching football,
And going to sleep.
and going to sleep. And then Saturday, every Saturday after Thanksgiving is the Iron Bowl. That's Alabama versus Auburn. I don't care what's going on in my life. I schedule stuff around that.
Not kidding.
So, originally, that was going to be the plan for this week. Well, I received some tragic news. An Army veteran, a dad of somebody who I went to high school with that I consider a pretty good friend now. We weren't necessarily tight back then, but I think we're cool. I think she would say the same. I've gotten to know her through fantasy football a lot more, and then she invited her dad into the league around 2016 ish, 2016, 2017. He came into the league and won his first year. All right. But dope guy. He was featured on TV actually because he has a love for muscle cars, and he has one of the cars like the Dukes of Hazard car or whatever.
You got to show me that feature.
So super nice dude. You could tell he was full of life. If he I don't remember ever meeting him in my football days back in high school. All right. So I don't remember him from then, but I wish I had the opportunity to, besides talk to him virtually, had that opportunity in my adult years because I got to meet him, got to know him online, and then he received an ALS diagnosis around 2017. And the disease hit him very rapidly, where within 3 years he wasn't able to walk. Within a year or two after that, he wasn't able to really talk and needed a lot of machine things. And then he lost his life. He lived to be, forget what the obituary listed. I want to say 70 something. But he lived and he passed away last Thursday. So that happened last week before we got into this weekend. And I told my friend Beth, I said, hey, keep me up to date with the funeral arrangements. I'd like to try and make it. Well, the funeral is going to be this upcoming Friday. Whitney Cunningham said, War Eagle.
I
Whitney,
saw it. I wasn't going to say anything until after you finished talking.
Okay.
I wasn't going to say nothing.
I can come back though. So going back. So the funeral is this Friday, and that changed. You know, that's something you can't plan for death, essentially.
Right.
But that changed what we had originally had planned. And I'm like, well, I'd like to make it to the funeral. Michelle doesn't know Chuck or Liz. So I wasn't gonna ask you to come, like, especially if you were doing stuff with your family and stuff down here. I was just gonna be like, hey, so I'm going up to New Hampshire.
That is not how you worded it,
I
sir.
got Castle with me because it's my weekend or it's my holiday with Castle. Plus her mom's gonna be out of town. But let me change it. In my head, I did not expect you to come with me, but you had a desire to come with me. And y'all, let me tell, thank you. Because what that'll allow is that it'll allow me to us to be able to make that. You're not attending the funeral, although they said that it's fine if you did and if my daughter did too. I'd prefer y'all not. Let me go there, pay my last honors and respects to Chuck, and then y'all can pick me up so I can. We don't need a bunch of sad emotions all in one car. We can just deal with mine. So Michelle's gonna help drive, and we're all gonna drive up there on Thanksgiving. Gonna spend the night that
So
Thursday.
seriously, y'all keep us in your prayers because we are traveling this weekend. We are going up to, because I don't think we said where up is.
New Hampshire.
We're going up to New Hampshire, Massachusetts, that whole New England territory. So if you could just continue to keep us lifted for safe travels, but
And with no traffic, it's just over a 7 hour drive.
Mm-hmm.
So with it being Thanksgiving evening, we're hoping people are going to be in their houses, you know, food drunk and things like that instead of on the road drunk
Yeah.
and watching football or whatever. So we have just over, well, the first leg is about just under 7. We're gonna rest. I'm gonna attend the funeral on Friday. Michelle and my daughter are going to go do
To the
other
mall,
stuff,
to Barnes and Nobles. We found one that's local, so we're gonna go do all of that, all the things.
and then we're gonna make the drive back Friday evening. And then Saturday, we're linking up with Lady Di and James from Dating to Marriage Support, which is funny saying that after what we talked about earlier in this stream. But they are two content creators who we got to meet. They
Through
also,
Precious, through
yep,
the Real Precious.
actually through the Real Precious, and they live down the road. James is in the military service now, but he went to not he didn't go to the College of Alabama, but he grew up in Alabama as well. He's an Alabama fan.
Roll Tide.
So Roll Tide.
Love you, Whitney, but
so
but
so we're gonna watch the Iron Bowl up to their house. Me and Castle are gonna link up with them and watch the Iron Bowl, and then
we got desserts. By the way, I worked it
okay,
out with Lady Di.
great,
We got desserts.
awesome. Glad that worked out. I still want to bring wings.
That's fine.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. So that's how this upcoming week is going to go. So I work tomorrow, you work tomorrow, and then she's
But
off.
it's Friday. It's my
So if y'all have the capacity real quick before we close out, I'd love to know what y'all are gonna do for Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
Are y'all
what
gonna
getting into?
just chill or go visit family and friends? I love to know what y'all are gonna do. I'm gonna sit here for a second, maybe
Let us know if
talk
we need
about
to swing
something.
by your house with a plate of food. Because before this happened, I told King what our survival method was going to be for Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
We were going to go to Costco and we were going to get one of those like 4-pack of apple ciders. We were going to throw all them bad boys in the fridge. And then we were also going to get like a pack of the aluminum tins. And we were going to have one bottle of cider and
Yep.
one aluminum tin and go to every single house. Like that's what we were going to do. So we were going to give y'all the cider and then we were going to fill up our aluminum tin with food and keep it moving.
All right. So shout out to Teddy G over on Facebook that he's gonna just be chilling and that we were welcome to come over. Hey Ted, I think I came over one time.
Where's that live?
Ted lives in West Virginia. Wait, hey, hope you want me to say that live, player. He doesn't live too far from here.
All right.
But we're going to be on the road on Thanksgiving around about 2, so that might not work. Free T said just chilling. Shout out to Taj, by the way. It was actually cool realizing who Taj is. Taj, I remember you.
What if Taj didn't want her real name out here?
She says it on her YouTube channel. And she's on her YouTube. I don't know. You know what? My bad. Yeah. I think that there was another one that popped up too, but I didn't see
Well,
it.
there
Was
was a Justin said LOL. Whitney. Sorry, Justin. Whitney said Justin and his wife are hosting, so we will be with him.
Yeah, Justin is Whitney's brother.
Okay.
And I think he's been married maybe 4 years. I think he got married before COVID. I don't remember. Hey, Whitney, correct me. How long has your brother been married? It's been a while since I've seen Justin. He's a cool dude.
Ted, who may or may not live close to us, that King just throwing everybody's business out there.
I am. My bad. So 3 years. Okay, so Justin's been married 3 years. I want to say, so if Whit's 30 something, goodness gracious, then Justin has to be about 35, I believe. 35, 34, somewhere around there. I've never met his wife, but I've seen the photos. Very lovely family. Salute to Justin. She put the laughing emoji. Yeah, my bad, cuz. All All right. Do we have a thing up for next week? I don't think we have next
I don't
week's.
think we know because our producer didn't create one for next
Okay.
week. Our producer will be probably doing that as we drive to New Hampshire. Um, throwing it out there. But so my sister wanted me to like do my niece's hair, and I had to think about it, y'all. Today is the 20th. First of all, you heard it here first. When the 10th of a month comes, that month is pretty much over. Okay, because it seems like the 10th was literally just a day ago, and today is the 20th. But every weekend for the rest of this year, which is scary to say, I have something planned every
It should make the year
for the
zoom
rest
by
of
then.
this year. Like
Nice.
that is so scary to think because November, whatever. Nope, I got something. At least every single Saturday, maybe not every single Sunday,
That's what's up.
but we're having some fun. Like we're gonna have, for the most part, some good holiday traveling between Christmas and Thanksgiving. Should we tell them now?
We can say this now. So, the last thing that we're going to talk
Bundle
about
up
and
for
then close
Christmas,
this up
y'all.
is we're going to Niagara Falls in Canada over the Christmas break. Shout out to my pops, Larry Smith. That is my dad in the
Hey,
building.
Mr. Larry, how
over
are
on YouTube.
you?
So, we're going to Niagara Falls. It is not my first time. It'll be my second time. The last time I went was a couple of years back with my daughter, but we stayed on the US side.
And we're staying on the U.S. side this.
But we're going to venture into Canada.
And I have to go get my passport on Wednesday.
Yes, so make
Remind
sure
me
I will.
when I have Castle. No, you got to remind me before I come in to get Castle that I need to carry the key for my safety deposit box
Okay.
because they won't let me in without my key. But I need to go get my key, then go to the safety deposit box so I can get out my passport. And then when I'm dropping off Castle, I'll just give it to you, put in
Okay.
the vault.
So we all have our passports, and we are going to utilize them by going into Canada. So over the Christmas break, we're going to be spending time in Niagara Falls and Toronto. So if there are any viewers out there
We'll come have Christmas dinner at your house.
that are cool and cooking, let me know.
And can cook, sorry. And can cook.
Because I'm telling y'all right now, we'll pull up. And that is not a joke.
Seriously. So,
So,
I mean, we'll bring cider
yes.
in an aluminum tin so that we can wrap up all the food and take with us.
And if y'all have been to Toronto, let us know like what's a must see. So we'll be near Toronto a week, like from Niagara Falls to Toronto's like an hour and a half. We haven't fully planned out how the trip's gonna go,
All we know
but
is that we're going to see Aquaman.
we are gonna see Aquaman because it comes out that week too. Like,
Because I love Jason.
hey, if you ever sneeze when he on screen, yes, inside joke. Well, that has been another episode and live stream of The King and Me. Thank y'all for tuning in and popping in on this live stream. Michelle know why she laughing. That's a whole inside joke. Now, if you hadn't hit that like button, be sure to mash that like button for us, y'all. We have content that we put out on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. So if you're not following us on any of the other platforms and you happen to use them, hit that follow button. Free T, when is your next video coming out? I need to know this. You have some great content over there, and I want to be sure to support you. All right? So that is our time. Be sure to tune back in next Tuesday as we will be live next Tuesday
Monday.
Next Monday. What I say, Tuesday?
Mhm.
I don't know why.
It's okay. We're going to release some driving content, literally. We're on the road, something for you all out for Thanksgiving.
Oh.
What?
One other thing to add.
What up?
So we came into our lives older in life. And one of the things that we talked about were creating memories and stuff that were new for both of us.
Yeah.
So the cabin thing was a new experience for both of us. Going to New Hampshire is going to allow us to visit some states that you've never been to. New Hampshire. I've driven through New Hampshire, so
I'm going to get to knock off 3 states off of my list. I'm at a 20-state count right now. And by driving up to New Hampshire, I'm going to add 3 more states to my list. So excited.
And I've been somebody, and I don't say this to brag, but I've done a lot of traveling both in and out of the military. I've been to all 50 states, either flying and landing in it or driving through it. So it'll be nice to actually spend some time. Like I've driven through New Hampshire. I never had a reason to stop in New Hampshire. Like I would stop just to be like, boom, grab a magnet or whatever, and then keep it moving. So that gives me the. But it'll be nice doing things and creating memories for you because I mean, you know
For
what?
us.
This ain't the time to talk about it. We'll get into it a little bit later. How 2024 might look. It ain't. It ain't.
It's not new trip approved, but I mean, we're going to Pittsburgh for the family reunion and
Yeah.
everything like that.
All right. We rambling. We gotta close the show.
Do we?
Yep. Thanks y'all for tuning in. Free T said the subscribers want to know when the next video is coming out too. She said soon.
All right. Back.
Thanks and good night, y'all. Hey, we appreciate y'all for tuning in. We always close out our show with some PDA, public
Total PDA.
display of affection. I hope the microphone catch how sloppy this kiss is going to be. Y'all have a great Monday. Philadelphia is playing Kansas City tonight. I need for Philly to win. I'm out.
Go
Peace.
Ravens.